The early returns are in, and they're looking good for the Cubs, especially on offense. Let's go.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, alongside Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Thank you for being part of the show and making Locked On Cubs your first listen today. And the best way you can help us grow the show is to listen every day, like the video, and comment anything below. Let us know in the comments section who has stuck out to you the most in a positive way so far this season. Today's episode is presented by Prize Picks, the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Go to prizepicks.com/LockedOnMLB and use code LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. And I have some breaking news for you.
Uh-oh.
Sam and I will be at Saturday's Cubs-Dodgers game. We are sitting in the bleachers. Shout out to Game Time, one of our great partners here at Locked On Cubs. Got the tickets on there as we close in at 9 p.m. Central Time as we record. Just got them within the last hour here on a Thursday evening for a Friday episode. We'll be in the bleachers. If you see us, we are more than happy to meet you, to talk with you. If you're going and want to let us know your plans around Wrigley, hit us up on X. Maybe we can figure something out. But Sam, we're going to be at Cubs Dodgers this Saturday. I'm very excited.
I'm going?
Yeah, you're coming with, believe it or not.
All right. I didn't know that, but probably wasn't listening. For all those people concerned, the gas smell has been removed from my place. Everybody is safe and sound.
Something was overcooked, right? Like a chicken or something?
Yeah, well, I don't know what the food was, but it was a neighbor problem. Yeah, we'll be there on Saturday. I'll be previewing that series a little bit later on. But we're playing the Dodgers, if you didn't know.
Right. I'll be previewing it as well.
Yeah, and no, excited to go. Excited for you and I to get to a ball game. Be an early April first game. Funny, last year, first game of the year for me, Cubs Dodgers, pretty much early April.
Yeah.
Second next year, same thing. So I'll be ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, and my first game last year was just the weekend before at Wrigley, Cubs Rangers, and it's going to be similar weather this weekend that it was then. It will help to be in the bleachers, sun splash. We'll be in our Locked On Cubs hoodies. And, a lot of things have changed the last time since I've been to a Cubs game. I'm really excited to go and to go with you. We've never gone to a game together as Locked On Cubs hosts.
Can I say something? I really don't think we both should wear Locked On Cubs hoodies.
I think we should.
Both. Doesn't that feel weird?
What's weird about it? We work very hard.
No, I know, but just both of us wearing the same thing, walking around. I don't know if I like that. Maybe I'll wear.
You don't like that?
I think I'm gonna wear. You wear it. People, hey, listen. The people that listen to our show know who we. I guess you know what. There is a lot of people that listen on audio.
Yeah, there is. Don't dismiss the large audio audience.
You're right. Oh, gosh.
I think we both got to wear it. I mean, we'll probably be wearing jackets anyways.
Well, I'm going to be wearing jackets, hand warmers, and I'll be carrying around a big thing.
I might not wear a jacket. I don't want to carry that thing around all day.
I'm going to have a big mug of hot chocolate.
No, it's not going to be that cold.
Well, is it going to be like 27 degrees?
No, it's going to be 50 and sunny, man.
I'll tell you this. You couldn't pay me enough money in the world to go to last night's ball game.
No, I know. It was winter. It was like Christmas. It was like wintertime. What a fun Friday episode we have for you. Best and worst of the week, Cubs Dodgers preview. And right now, let's review the hot Cubs offense. Through the first 6 games, the offense, I would say, is carrying the Cubs. The Northsiders have won 4 straight games, and much of it is because the offense is performing so well to begin the 2024 campaign. Right now, the Cubs are first in the major leagues in on-base percentage, 8th in average, and 11th in slug. They are walking the most in baseball and striking out the least. A walk rate of 13.6, strikeout rate of only 16.1. Sam, the early returns at the plate are all positive for the Cubs.
And to me, it's just a lot of TBD. When you look at the starters that they faced this year, Nathan Eovaldi is by far the best one. He had success. Game 2, not a ton. That they got to John Gray, and then they faced the Rockies. And I don't want to talk too much about it because it's the meat of the show. But the big test comes this weekend.
Right.
You're facing some really good pitching. You're not going to strike out a lot when you're facing Cal Quantrill and you're facing Kyle Freeland and the rest of those guys. They don't strike out anybody even when they're good. So, we haven't really faced a true power guy. That's going to change Friday afternoon. I'm really excited to see the test. I like where the offense is at. I think Seiya looks phenomenal. Morel looks phenomenal. Haps had some success. Bush looks good, but all that changes. It's all about quality of opponent. It's the same. It's the same with Kyle Hendricks, right? Kyle Hendricks looks like the worst guy in the staff. Assad, Imanaga, and Ben Brown look like world beaters. But how did Ben Brown look when he pitched in Texas?
Right.
When you're facing one of the best lineups in the land. So,
it's all good to consider.
Early on, and it's important for you to say the numbers. We have a talk show, and I'm playing a little devil's advocate. I like where the Cubs are at. If those numbers are still similar by this time Sunday afternoon, we're going to have some real we'll be cooking with some real gas, pun intended. Man, there's no sports.
Wow, that set in like a second later.
There's no sports on tonight, so I'm not, I'm focused. I'm not watching the White Sox play the Royals. They're down 11-1.
Let me give you the averages and OBPs of this group of 5 right now. Ian Happ, 391, 500. Christopher Morel, 375, 423. Seiya Suzuki, 333, 379. Michael Bush, 313, 400. And Dansby Swanson, believe it or don't, 300, 400. Cody Bellinger, by the way, is only hitting 208, but he is putting the ball in play a lot. He's not striking out.
Yeah, but much. He was hitting fine, and then he had an 0 for 5. It brought down everything. That's how these games go.
Yeah, we're so early. Yeah. And that's the core of the lineup, which is encouraging because Nico Hoerner's name wasn't mentioned. And Hoerner has seemingly changed his approach. There's some more chatter about that. Perhaps prioritizing a little bit more slug than contact this year.
Then do it.
And even he has had a lot of walks accepted. OBP of 370. Sam, that core, I mean, it really is encouraging, and I get the quality opponent discussion. I think it is important to acknowledge. I guess I'm just excited about right now you have a real bleep 1 through 4 of the lineup. And then you have Swanson 5, Bush 6. They're hitting well. Hoerner is going to turn it around. And that's your 1 through 7? That does instill a lot of confidence in me right now. By the way, Ian Happ, through 6 games, ranks where in the clutch category per Fangraphs? Ian Happ.
Number 2.
That's correct. Come on, dude.
Who's won?
Max Muncy. And who does he play for? The Dodgers. We're going to preview Cubs-Dodgers coming up next. Today's episode is brought to you by Factor Meals. Eating better is easy with Factor's delicious, ready-to-eat meals. Every fresh, never frozen meal is chef-crafted, dietitian approved, and ready to go in just 2 minutes. You'll have over 35 different options to choose from every week, including Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Also, There are more than 60 add-ons to help you stay fueled up and feeling good all day long. What are you waiting for? Get started today and get after your goals. No prep, no mess meals. Factor meals are ready to eat and heat, so there's no prepping, cooking, or cleanup needed. Plus, they're flexible for your schedule. Get as much or as little as you need by choosing your meals every week, and you can pause or reschedule anytime. Factor is the perfect solution if you're looking for fast, premium options with no cooking required. Go to factormeals.com/LockedOnMLB50 and use code LockedOnMLB50 to get 50% off. What a deal. That's code LockedOnMLB50 at factormeals.com/LockedOnMLB50 to get 50% off.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 fantasy sports app. It is the easiest and most exciting way to get in on the action while you watch your favorite sports and players. Pick more or less on 2 or more player stats and then watch the winnings roll in. Baseball season is officially underway. Yeah, it is. Don't miss your chance to add your favorite players from the diamond in your Prize Pick entries. Whether it's strikeouts, RBIs, or first inning runs, take your pick of more or less and add them to your Prize Pick entry. Prize Picks is really simple to play, with your entries taking less than 60 seconds to submit, turning $10 into $1,000 with just a few taps of your screen. Download the Prize Pick app today and use code LockedOnMLB for a first deposit match up to $100. That's a first deposit match up to $100 by using code LockedOnMLB. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy with Prize Picks, America's #1 fantasy sports app.
Cubs Dodgers this weekend. Cubs 4-2, Dodgers 7-2, having been 1-1 before every other team started last week. And the Dodgers are the real deal, sure enough. Sam, first impressions on this series. A good test.
I'd like to preview the matchup. I'm very excited about this series. It's a great early litmus test against maybe the most talented roster in the game. This is a roster that features maybe the best 1 through 3 lineup that we've seen this millennium. Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman. Pitching matchups, Matthew. On Friday afternoon at Wrigley Field, it will be McHenry native. You're familiar with that town. McHenry native Bobby Miller against 2016 world champion soft tosser Kyle Hendricks. On Saturdays,
we're going to be there Saturday.
We're going to be at this game. It'll be the high-price free agent Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and he will be going against the young up-and-comer Jordan Wicks. And on Sunday in the finale, it will be up-and-comer for the Dodgers, Gavin Stone, going up against our big free agent, Shota Imanaga.
Go Cubs.
Yeah, the matchups are
great to do, man.
Yeah, it was like a boxing match.
I know. I kind of felt like a buffer.
I like the matchups. I'm excited. Cubs are heavy underdogs Friday.
And the
if
whole
they
weekend.
could shock the world, great. If not, I'm not expecting too much. I just want to be a realist for that one. Bobby Miller was outstanding in his first couple starts so far.
I got something for you you're not going to like.
Bobby Miller, 2017 McHenry grad. Let's see here. Wicks Yamamoto, we're going to be there. Love that. Imanaga Stone. Gavin Stone projects as like a 4, maybe even a 5. So I think the goal is 1 of 3, similar to the Rangers last weekend. And I really genuinely believe that 2 out of 3, we would be thrilled.
100%. Couple things. Number one, the big takeaway for me in this game, weather permitting, this series, is I want to watch Shota Imanaga face a real major league lineup.
Yeah, wow.
And not only a real one, but to me, there's 3 lineups in the game that are heads above the rest. With all due respect to the middle of the Yankees lineup, I don't have them in my 3.
Okay.
A healthy Rangers, a Braves, and a Dodgers. Those to me are the 3 best.
I think
top
so,
to bottom.
yeah.
And you're going to get your chance against the Dodgers, and I'm really interested to see his pitch mix, the whiffs, can he keep the ball in the park, all that stuff. I think you're going to learn a lot about him from this outing. It may not go well, but it's still going to be a teaching moment for him. And I know on Friday, Bobby Miller's really good.
He is.
And Kyle Hendricks, everybody's counting him out. I got my first big regular season bold prediction. Ready for it?
Yes.
I usually make about 15 of these. I usually hit about 50-50.
Okay. Flip of a coin.
The Chicago Cubs beat the Los Angeles Dodgers Friday afternoon, and I'll be putting my money where my mouth is on FanDuel at plus 155.
Wow.
You
Go
heard me.
Cubs. That's huge.
I know. I just think Kyle's going to have a rebound start. It's going to be cold. There's going to be a couple track balls. And I know Bobby Miller's a McHenry native.
My.
There's no way he pitches that well again. And let's do it.
So we'd be going to the game where they could win the series.
That's correct.
Oh, man, that's exciting.
I respect and understand the Kyle Hendricks apprehensiveness, especially at the number that he's getting paid, but I will never count him out.
And I understand that. I respect it. Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, and don't forget about Will Smith and Teoscar Hernandez. That's
and
really
Max Muncy.
Yeah, the 1 through 6 is like kind of like a video game for them.
They're and the amazing thing about this team and complimenting them makes me queasy, but the thing that's amazing about them
Dodgers
is that they are missing Walker Buehler,
a lot of pitchers, yeah.
Clayton Kershaw. They lost Urias to free agency / legal stuff. Dustin May. Like, they're missing Gonsolin. And so they're running out Stone, they're running out Miller, Glass now, and they are going to win a minimum of 100 games. And I mean, that would be a disappointment.
Right. They're legit.
They've lost 2 games this year. One of them, they scored 11 runs in a loss.
A softball score, yeah.
And the other game, they had a lead. Joe Kelly blew it. They came back to tie it late and lost in extras.
It could be 9-0.
And the Miami Marlins, by the way, are 0 for the season.
That's crazy.
Well, and it bothers me because we all knew they were getting a little lucky last year, and it cost us a playoff spot. That team stunk.
Okay.
They were getting lucky.
All right. I'd like to see.
The Sox are the worst team in baseball.
I am curious the path.
They're horrible, man.
I think the Rockies might be.
My dad just texted me, "Go Sox." He loves to take a dig, man.
No, the Rockies, Nationals, and White Sox are all really bad.
No, but let me tell you
and
something.
The A's. 4 teams.
When the Rockies get back to chorus, they'll win some games. The Nationals are better. The Sox and A's are in their own tier.
They're in their own category.
Mm-hmm. The A's are horrible.
An 0-8 start for the Fish, that's not easy to get out of.
Good.
We will be there on Saturday. So excited. Wicks Yamamoto. And I'm curious the path to victory following a nice Hendricks outing, especially with the lead.
Oh,
Hector
simple.
Neris, I was thinking about it more today, Sam.
Yeah, you're not.
He's getting squared up.
Yeah.
Not really sure about his effectiveness against a Dodgers lineup with the lead. Perhaps he could pitch in more low to medium leverage.
No, you're paying him a lot of money. He'll be in the 8th inning.
We'll see. So Cubs Dodgers, great test to start off. And I really hope the Monday episode title and thumbnail and description and all that could be that the Cubs passed that test and maybe even more than that. All right, we're going to close out next with one of our favorite segments, Best and Worst of the Week. Today's episode is brought to you by Robinhood. Did you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Robinhood has the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now through the end of the month, that is now through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer in from other retirement accounts with a 3% match. Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to their IRA with a 3% match. This offer is good through April 30th. Get started at robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. And now for some legal info. Claim as of Q1 2024, validated by Radius Global Market Research, Investing involves risk, including loss. Limitations apply to IRAs and 401ks. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold for 1 year from the date of the first match. Must keep Robinhood IRA for 5 years. The 3% matching on transfers is subject to specific terms and conditions. Robinhood IRA available to U.S. customers in good standing. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, is a registered broker-dealer. Best and worst of the week. I have a couple things in front of me, Sam, including the position that I'm trying out for, which is WGN meteorologist. So I got some weather stuff in my best and worst of the week. And what do you have first?
Well, first of all, I don't want to say breaking news, but I'd like to report some good news for the Chicago Cubs.
Please.
Pete Crow Armstrong today, as we're recording this.
Yeah, he's having a good game, right?
Solo home run, single, double, stolen base thus far. A massive season for PCA. Show me that you are a dude.
Right.
And,
I like that tagline.
And he is off to a tremendous start over there in Iowa. My best of the week, easy. Baseball's back.
Real baseball games.
Full go. And it's weird. I like to say that I have a companion every night, but this Thursday there is no baseball on, which is weird. But for the
There's
most
one
part,
game on.
For the most part, thrilled that baseball's back. I just everything. It's so nice. I see the NBA on. I turn a blind eye. I see baseball. I'm watching the Dodgers, the Giants. I'm watching the division rivals. I'm watching the American League. It's great that baseball is back.
Absolutely. And that was my best of the week as well. And my worst is the cold and snow, of course, as winter weather returned. But this weekend, the sun's going to shine. It's going to dip into the 50s starting Saturday. And hopefully spring is upon us. But definitely a little bit of a detour this past week, weather-wise, in the Chicagoland area. And Eddie, was the worst for you be the gas smell?
No, the worst for me, I'm just going to pivot, and this will just be a preview to our Unlocked program, our subscription show. The transfer portal in college. There's just things that are happening that I'm seeing, and I'm not liking them. So I'm not going to get into
free agency.
Yeah, this is a Cubs show, so I'm not going to get into it. But I really, and I know people are going to say you don't like the transfer portal. You got Terrence Shannon Jr. out of it. You got Marcus Domask. I get it. It benefited Illinois this past year, but the precedent of it, I really don't like.
Where was Terrence Shannon from again?
I believe he went to, I think it was Texas Tech. He's from Chicago, but he went to one of the big two. I think it was Texas Tech. And then transferred to Illinois. I could be wrong on that, which would be really embarrassing.
Once again, we will be at Saturday's game.
See that.
In the bleachers. Let us know if you're going to be there.
Texas Tech.
And we would love to meet you and talk Cubs with you. Thank you so much for checking out this edition of Locked On Cubs. You give us 20 to 30 minutes. We'll give you all things Cubs with a laugh or two along the way. Be sure to hit subscribe on YouTube, smash the like button for the algorithm, and leave a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, and everywhere you get your podcast. Another week of shows in the books. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.